Hello, I am the RPG Wizard and welcome to my channel. In this channel I am presenting my original stories, either one-shots or campaigns, my encounters, fights, quests, NPCs and everything else that the DM needs to create a compelling story. So, if you are a DM that wants some fresh ideas, or a player that wants to start DMing his party, consider subscribing to my channel. So without further ado, let's jump to today's story, The Vampires of Valirath. The Vampires of Valirath is a story for 2 to 4 players. It can be a one-shot story, a side quest story in a campaign, or even the introduction story for a new campaign. The party is aboard a ship heading to the town of Valirath, and there is where our story starts. Since the party heads to the town of Valirath, some information about it should be given from the DM to the party. The town of Valirath is a small coastal town, the third largest town in the Istari Peninsula. The town's wealth comes mostly from the sea trade routes, and more precise, the trade of exotic spices, and also from trading of fish, wood, and their famous spicy ale. The town has 4 places of interest: the Temple of Poseidon, the Bank of Valirath, the Seahorse Inn, and the Central Market. Scene 1. Arrival in town. The adventure starts hours before the arrival. Except from the party, the only ones aboard the ship are the crew of 9 sailors and the captain. The party is down below and eating dinner. Now the party gets to know each other, if they were strangers, or they discuss about what they will do in town, the reason of going to town, etc. As the party finishes talking, a sailor comes down and informs them that the harbor is on the horizon. We will arrive at our destination in half an hour. As the sailor goes up to the main deck, the ship starts to shake. Everyone goes out, and suddenly the ship stops moving. A black fog approaches fast from the harbor's direction. Everything is black. No one can see everything, but they can hear everything. In that silence, only the screams of sailors can be heard, and suddenly, the loud noise of someone or something falling down. And then the black fog clears. The ship is already at the harbor, and the captain is dead. Upon seeing the death of their captain, the sailors run through the town in fear, calling for help. And the party tries to understand what happened and investigate the body. The guards who were informed by the sailors arrive and ask the party to follow them. The sailors and the party are the prime suspects for the murder of the captain. Scene 2. Imprisonment and the Lord Valion's request. The party is headed to the guards' keep, escorted by the elite guard commander and 10 guards. They enter through the back door of the keep, and the 2 guards open the door. There is a long hallway with cells in each side, and at the end there are 2 guards that open a second door which leads to the floor below, where also 2 guards guard the entrance. The party is headed to the end of another corridor and gets stripped of their equipment and are informed by the elite guard that they will be presented before the Lord Valion the next morning for their trial, and he leaves 2 guards along them. The cell has no windows and the door is locked by the elite guard commander, and the guards have no keys to open it. The party is left to discuss and plan their course of action. The next morning, everyone is awakened by the guards and distracted to prepare, as they are going to meet the Lord soon. Yet, the time passes and the elite guard commander is not coming. Even the guards are a bit worried. Around noon, the elite guard commander comes alone and opens the jail and instructs the party to follow him, and also orders the guards to follow them. As they arrive in the Lord's mansion, they see a 3-story building, a great red door as its entrance, and that is heavily guarded by elite guards. While they pass through the entrance, they see a long hallway, and at each side there are paintings and elite guards. At the end of the corridor there is a staircase. At each floor upwards there are elite guards. The commander leads the party to the third floor and 2 guards open the door. At the end of the room there is a great table where the Lord is waiting them. The guard commander bows and says, "Here are the prisoners, my lord." Lord Valion stands and addresses the party. "I am Lord Valion of Valirath. We are sorry for your imprisonment, but at the time you were the prime suspects. But last night the innkeeper and the banker died the same way as the captain, so you are free. But I cannot let you go before I ask for your assistance. There is also another problem. My son, Valionis, is missing. Since the mysterious murders, I cannot spare my guards because I have to protect the city's nobles and tradesmen. Will you help me find my son?" Scene 3. The search for Valionis. Gather information. After the acceptance of the Lord Valion's proposal by the party, the Lord shows them the painting behind him of him and his son. The painting depicts Valionis as a tall, thin, black-haired boy with black eyes and pale skin. They both wear fancy clothes and Valionis wears a red cape. Lord Valion says, "Take this seal. Everyone in town is obliged to answer you, but also I will tell you anything I can do to help you." Now, the party must ask the Lord Valion questions in order to start the search. The most important for the quest are the following, along with their answers. Number 1. Does Valionis have some friends that usually hangs with? Yes, actually he has some really good friends. Lindis is the daughter of the innkeeper. Garth is the son of the captain. Ferron is the son of the banker. And Celia is the daughter of the inquisitor of the Temple of Poseidon. Number 2. What he was wearing the last time you saw him? He was wearing a black t-shirt and trousers and a red cape. He loves his red cape. Number 3. Do you know if he had any problems with anyone? Problems, not exactly. It is peculiar though. While he adores Celia, the daughter of the inquisitor of the Temple of Poseidon, he hates the inquisitor and despises the worship of Poseidon. Number 4. When was the last time you saw him? It was the morning 2 days ago. He fell with his friends. Number 5. Can you tell us where his friends live? Yes, I will draw you a map. And Lord Valion gives the party a map with the locations of Valionis' friends' homes. Please go now and find my son. As the party starts the gathering of information, they will start asking questions Valionis' friends. First friend's house. It is late evening as they arrive. They knock the door and the parents open the door. They will inform the parents that they have the order from the Lord Valion to ask the kids some questions. Important questions and their answers are the following. Number 1. When was the last time you saw Valionis? It was 2 days ago at the evening. Number 2. What you were doing that day? We were playing and strolling from the morning to the evening. Number 3. Where was the place that you last saw him? It was outside the Seahorse Inn, from where we all went to our homes. The party can make a sense motive check with the following results. Lower than 18, nothing seems strange. Higher than 18, something seems strange, but they cannot understand exactly what's going on. If they search the house, they can find the following. With a roll lower than 15, nothing seems odd. With a roll between 16 and 18, they find a red cape. And with a roll higher than 20, they find the paper of a weird symbol. Second friend's house. It is night when they arrive. The party again knocks the door and again the parent opens, but the kid is not there. His or her parents sent them to the third parent house, so he can spend the night with his friend. I will lead you to the house. I want to see my child, the mother responds. And the party and the mother are heading to the third friend's house. As they approach, the party realizes that there is a total silence and there is a cold in the air. The house seems to be empty and there are no lights. As the party come closer to the front door, suddenly the door opens and the mother of the third friend of Valionis falls dead, covered in blood. The second friend's mother runs screaming from the sight and also from the agony of what happened to her child. The party will search the house and the kids are nowhere to be found. The search roll gives the following results. With a roll less than 15, nothing special can be found. With a roll between 16 and 18, they find a torn red cape. And with a roll higher than 20, they find a paper with a weird symbol, same as the one found in the first friend's house. As the party stops searching, they hear the guards arriving at the door. The mother called the elite guards. As the guards see the party, ask them immediately what happened and what they have learned so far. After the party explains everything, the guard asks them to go quickly to the Inquisitor and he will go find the first friend of Valionis and his mother, and we all must go to Lord Valion's manor, and he lives with his guards. The party rushes to the Temple of Poseidon. As they approach the temple, loud noises and battle sounds are echoed from the temple. They enter and they see the Inquisitor fighting a figure covered in black fog. The Inquisitor takes a heavy blow in the chest and falls down. The shadow figure sees them and the fight starts. After 2 or 3 rounds, the shadow figure dashes and quickly fades. The Inquisitor is still alive, but he has to be stabilized. As the party heals him, he says, "I told them to stop. They didn't listen. Go now to Lord Valion's manor." And he passes out. The party quickly heads to Lord Valion's manor. Scene 4. The fight with the Vampires of Valirath. As the party reaches the manor, they come across the terrible sight. Every guard is brutally killed and dismembered. Corpses and blood is all around the front. As they approach the door, it shines. The door is covered in blood of the dead guards. As they enter the door, the despicable sight gets even worse. All the hallway, the stairs, and even inside Lord Valion's room, dead guards, blood on the walls and blood dripping from the paintings on the floor. They enter the Lord Valion's room and they see Lord Valion's back and at his feet the dead elite guard captain. Lord Valion does not respond to the party's question, and right before they attack him, loud voices and screaming and laughing are echoed from behind. Valionis and his 4 friends enter the room. They all are dressed in black clothes and red capes. Celia, the Inquisitor's daughter, steps forward and says,
"You think you can stop us? So did my father. When he realized what we were trying to do, he threatened to speak with our fathers to stop us, so we took the matters in our hands." Little that he knew that we were already going to kill them. Such a small price for eternal life. Even Valionis' father is paralyzed by the sight of his son killing his elite guard. As he says these things, black fog covers her. The Inquisitor was attacked by his own daughter. The other kids get the vampire fangs out, and the fight starts. It's time for initiative. Now some things about the fight. The challenge level of the fight is way above the level of the party. Since this encounter is the introductory encounter to this campaign, which is a dark and dangerous campaign, the party must understand that sometimes they need to flee or to be clever to avoid the fights because they could die. The only way that the party can defeat this encounter is that they must kill Celia, which is the vampire, and the vampire spawns all the other 4 kids will die as soon as she dies. Also, Lord Valion wakes in 1d4 rounds and joins the fight. The DM must use Lord Valion in order to protect the party and to make as damage as he can to Celia. But if the party is in danger, the Inquisitor will appear and with a prayer to Poseidon, sacred water will flood the room, which will kill the vampires. Outro. After the fight, the vampire corpse suddenly turns to dust, but in the eyes of Celia, something glows. It is a strange medallion with a weird symbol, the same as the paper in the kids' houses. Lord Valion calls for the priests of the Temple of Poseidon to take and bury the dead. He then addresses the party.
I will reward you for your help with gold. Stay at the inn as long as you want, but I am guessing that your services will be needed again shortly. And that was the end of our story, The Vampires of Valirath. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like this story, please subscribe for more stories like this, and also to see what's going to happen in the next chapter of our story, The Medallion of Anubis.